The Ukrainian General Staff has denied the occupation of two villages in the Dnipropetrovsk region, which had previously been reported by DeepState analysts. According to the latest information, the defense forces have halted the Russian advance and continue to control the village of Zaporizke, while fighting is ongoing in the area of another village, Novogeorgievka. The General Staff also reports that our troops are liberating settlements in the Donetsk region, putting pressure on enemy positions east of Dnipropetrovsk, and according to the Institute for the Study of War, Ukrainian forces have pushed the occupiers out of positions near the Dnipropetrovsk-Kramatorsk highway and to the south of Vesele. Just on August 24th, our fighters managed to liberate Mikhailivka, Zeleny High, and Volodymyrivka. However, there is no talk of a major counteroffensive. Right now, it's important to stabilize the line of contact, the military says. In just the past day, more than 170 enemy assaults were recorded on the front line. The occupiers are actively using guided aerial bombs, KABs. Nearly 130 heavy bombs were dropped on Ukrainian positions in a single day. About 5,000 drones were used. The Pokrovsk direction remains the hottest spot usual. There, 43 enemy assaults were repelled in the areas of the settlements of Mayak, Mirolyubivka, and Sukhi Yar. It is also hot on the Lyman sector. 28 attacks were repelled there. Fierce fighting is also ongoing in the Novopavlivka and Kramatorsk directions. Over the past day, our defenders have struck 5 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment, 2 enemy artillery systems, and destroyed almost 900 occupiers. The enemy continues to terrorize civilians in the Sumy region. There are 6 wounded, 3 of them residents of Shostka. In the city, a strike hit critical infrastructure, leaving part of the community without electricity and causing disruptions in communication. At night, the Russians attacked the Bezdritska community with drones. One of them struck a residential house. A fire broke out and 2 women were injured. In the Mykolaiv community, an FPV drone seriously injured an elderly man who had evacuated to Sumy but returned home to harvest his crops. Rescuers were extinguishing fires until morning, and in Sumy itself, warehouses were burning as a result of drone strikes. 1 worker was killed and 3 were injured in the Dobropilya community. The Russians struck a mine in the Donetsk region. Due to the power outage at the mine, 146 miners were trapped underground. All of them have now been brought to the surface. Due to the high activity of Russian drones, the Kherson-Mykolaiv highway will be closed. There, the occupiers are deliberately targeting civilian vehicles. In the morning, they fired on a medical vehicle. The medical director and a doctor were injured. The same criminals using drones also wounded 2 passers-by in Kherson and its suburbs, as well as a woman in Mykilske. In the Kharkiv region, a resident of the village of Slatin was wounded. Her house was damaged, and near Vovchansk, the occupiers dropped explosives from a drone onto a car. 2 people suffered acute stress reactions. The Russians also struck Novotroitske with a drone, which is already in the Zaporizhzhia region. A 25-year-old woman was wounded, and in total, the enemy used more than 300 drones against frontline settlements. The region, in fact, endured nearly 500 separate attacks in a single day alone. Destroyed homes, no electricity, and constant shelling. When living in such dire conditions becomes truly unbearable, people often agree to evacuate. From Primorsk in the Zaporizhzhia region, police evacuated 6 more people, a mother with a disabled son, an elderly couple, and 2 solitary residents of the village. Every single one of them was afraid to leave, clinging to their homes and property, but they say that staying near the front line had become extremely dangerous. They took only the bare essentials with them. Some also brought their pets, a dog and a cat. People hope that in their new place it will be calmer, and that even though they've lost everything, at least they will save their lives.
The electrical cable. There's absolutely no electricity. There were very serious and widespread power outages. That's precisely why we decided to leave.
We also believe that this will also be better for us, and in the long run, at the very least, we'll be able to survive and thrive.
A new day in the occupied territories began with explosions. In Crimea, drones attacked the occupiers' railway infrastructure. The key junction near Jankoy is out of operation. According to local media, a drone hit a substation, so for now, Russian logistics in that region are disrupted. And this is already the 2nd time this week. 5 days ago, a strike in Jankoy hit a train carrying fuel. Explosions also rang out last night near the occupied city of Makivka in Donetsk region. Local social media groups reported a drone attack. People filmed videos, openly commenting on the very significant scale of what they saw. The Russian Novotek plant on the Baltic Sea, which was attacked by drones on Ukraine's Independence Day on that particular day, has indeed now completely suspended its operations. Fires were seen on Sunday at several oil and gas industrial facilities in Russia at once. Numerous videos showing the massive fire at one of Novotek's terminals in the port of Ust-Luga spread across social media. This maritime terminal is one of the key logistics facilities on the Baltic Sea. From there, energy resources are exported via the so-called shadow fleet, bypassing sanctions. Aviation fuel, fuel oil and diesel, essential for refueling Russian military equipment, are also produced, or rather, were produced there. According to Reuters, Novotek could not withstand the strikes by Ukrainian drones. The complex shut down immediately on Sunday. At least one processing unit with a capacity of 3 million tons per year has been damaged. Meanwhile, at the Novogeorgievka oil refinery, the fire was only extinguished today. The plant burned for 5 days. Following the drone strike, a total of 6 storage tanks were completely destroyed by fire, according to recent Maxar satellite images, and 2 more were damaged. Overall, Reuters has calculated that Ukrainian attacks have already destroyed about 17% of Russia's oil refining capacity, meaning at least 10 plants have been seriously damaged. This has disrupted exports, caused fuel shortages, and as a result, slowed the occupiers' advance on the front line. Drone versus gun. We have extensive footage of the intense battles for Pokrovsk and Myrnograd, including a detailed look at how skilled drone pilots of the 7th Airborne Assault Corps effectively use an FPV drone to precisely neutralize a well-camouflaged enemy gun. In the video, the drone skillfully navigates through buildings and natural obstacles, locates the hidden enemy position, assesses the target, and strikes it. According to the 7th Rapid Response Corps, over the past week in the Pokrovsk-Myrnograd defense sector, our soldiers damaged 12 enemy artillery systems and rocket complexes, including the Grad and the heavy flamethrower TOS-1. In total, during this period on the approaches to Pokrovsk, more than 260 occupiers were eliminated, along with 138 enemy drones and 48 vehicles and motorcycles. Barehanded against an enemy FPV drone on fiber optics. Ukrainian soldiers witnessed a resident of Pokrovsk neutralize a Russian drone carrying explosives. The military shared the video of the daredevil on their Telegram channel. According to experts, the drone had its motors turned off and was likely waiting for the command to attack. However, when the occupiers clearly saw the camera moving, they immediately tried to retrieve it from the ambush, but they didn't quite make it in time. The video shows the man disabling it, tearing off the fiber optic cable and wires that were connected to the explosives. The daredevil acted like a professional, the soldiers joke, but they urge people not to repeat this feat and under no circumstances to approach enemy drones. Instead, they advise reporting them to the armed forces as quickly as possible. We also once again urge you not to repeat such reckless feats, but at the same time let us know in the comments if you have ever had to contact the military or the state emergency service because of various potentially dangerous discoveries. And were there any who, at their own risk, tried to handle everything on their own like this? I'm looking forward to your comments under this episode. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the TSN team with you.